All right, let's go golfing. It's early morning. We got to get ready to go. All right, welcome to my golf channel, Jim McCleary, and this is going to be our first golf course review. We're at Crownhill. You guys have heard me talk about it on our live streams, which is on Mondays at 5:30 p.m. And I have the honor of being the first off. We see is our hole number one. It's a par 4. It has a nice generous landing area. Dog leg to the left. Let's see what we can do. It's going to go. Not as high as I wanted, but it's going to be in the spot that I want. Let's go hit a second shot. We're about 150 from the hole, 153, according to our Blue Tees rangefinder. I already got myself lined up. Get on there. Got a members bounce. We're on. Let's go get it. All right, we've got a good second shot down here. I'm about 6 foot from the pin, which is always good. It's a downhiller. The greens look freshly mowed. So this is a downhill breaking to the right, or my left. And we'll see if we can't make it go. No break whatsoever. Well, so much for the break. So I just went right at it. Oh! Difference between a birdie and a par. All right, welcome to number 2. It's a par 5. It's a par 5, 507, and you can see it's a blind shot. Let's see if we can get through this or not. Now, what it doesn't tell you is that there's a big wide open area up there, and there's a tree to aim at. That's normally what I do. We'll see. Well, I'm not getting the height, but I'm getting it out there, and I'll take that all day. All right, second shot. I'm way outside 250, so it's time for the 2 hybrid. Let's see what happens. There we go. That'll give me a nice shot to the green. So let's go find the 3rd shot. All right, I find myself 65 yards out. I'm going to take about a little more than half of a lob wedge. Of course, I got this tree to contend with. Let's see how we do with this. That's going to be problematic. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're on. Not in the spot I wanted to be, but we're on. 2 putts. All right, looks to be about 30 foot from the hole, maybe 40. Pretty straight down, maybe a little bit of right to left. The idea here is we got to get it close. Again, the greens are mowed down pretty quick, so we're looking at pretty fast stuff here. Too much. Maybe not. Hey, I got away with one. All right. 2-footer for par. I'll keep taking that. All right. Yep. This dude's playing pretty damn fast. We're going to have to let him through. So while we're waiting for the guy behind us, so we can let him play through, it's July 3rd, and I got all my patriotic stuff. I got a tee. I don't know if you can see it. Tee's got American flag belt buckle, American flag hat, American flag bag. We're flying it today. So let's go hit a drive and wait for this guy. Now what I like about this hole is you can make mistakes on this one and still be in pretty good shape. So let's try and not make one and still hit a good shot. Well, I think I got over it. We'll see what happens. Let's wait for the guy to show up. All right, 100 yards out. So it was about a 240 shot. Now this one is a longer green, so it's not very deep, so we got to be careful. Maybe want to hit it just a little bit on the front, see if it'll roll out. Well, that didn't help. Come on. Messed up that one. Nice and deep. So we're in good shape now. Let's make this guy come on. All right, we're about 10 foot off the green. That was not a very good attempt at a second shot. A lot of folks might use wedge. I'm a big fan of the pitch and run here, so I got an A wedge with me. We're just going to try and put it on there and let it run to the hole. That'll do it. That'll do it. Oh, okay. Let's go put it in. All right. I do not like the flag in on these kinds of shots, so let's see what happens. Much better. Much better. Okay. Well, we're rocking and rolling now. Let's go to number 4. All right, number 4 is 318, and it's got a pond on the left in striking distance. So the idea here is to keep it to the right. Probably need to clean up the tee box a little bit. There we go. Let's see. So the tree on the right here that's the target. Let's see what we can do. I'm just missing this driver today. Yeah, right by that tree. Just gotta get through it. That's all we gotta do. Well, I'm flirting with disaster, as the song would say. 100 yards away, and I really gotta get in this direction. This is a 2-tiered green. It looks like it's on the lower tier. So let's see if we can't make something for this. A little bit better than before, hopefully. Better contact, that's for sure. Oh yeah, way better. You know, they say golf is made to be played on the face of the golf club. Huh. Alrighty, good second shots. Always should result in good placement. About 4 or 5 foot out. A little uphill. It feels like it breaks a little bit. Do not like that flag in there. Let's see if we can make this happen. Nice birdie opportunity. Just won't let me go, will you? Oh my. There it is. But you know what? A par will work. So a 320-yard par 4, nice and short, green small, but we still survived. So Crownhill Golf, it's in Williamsport, Ohio. As you saw me driving into it, it's in the middle of God's country, or farmland for that matter, and here we are in more of it. It is a course, 18-hole course, stuck in the middle of farmland, and the best part about it, it's all just what nature provided. There's really nothing that's been man-made or pushed up. And that's a pretty good thing. Plus you get to see nature at its finest. There's rabbits and you hear the birds, frogs, every once in a while a snake or two, but I haven't seen one lately. That's a good thing. All right, so 153 plays more like 163. It's got a swale in the middle. The big thing is I just got to hit a decent shot here. If I just swing like I have been, that shouldn't be a problem. And that's going to play. Right on the front of the green, I'll take that. That's a big putt now here. Oh, and we have skill prizes today. So today what happened is the golf course is giving, it has some skill prizes out there, and then what they'll do is they'll draw for a driver or putter. And it goes to a kid's golf thing, a charity of some sort. So I've already given my money. The idea here is getting in there. If I hit one I think that's worth keeping throughout the day, I'll put my name on it, but I don't think that this is going to hold up. All right, so this is a severely downhill breaking left to right kind of putt, and the holes in the middle of the swale. This is straight, but I've got to be down here and watch it feed down this way. It's just amazingly breaking, and it's quite quick too. But you still got to hit it. Look at this break. Hit the hill, grab the hill. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's no good. It broke the other way. I should have just went right at it. Okay. 6-footer for par. Let's see. And this has right to left on it a little bit. I'm not going to give up the cup. Well, whoever thought of that's just outrageous. Not fun. Downhill and it slows down. Huh. All right. Well, there's a 4. That's not good on a par 3, but that's a tough putt. Let's go get another one. This is a 330 par 4, but it goes down into a valley, up into a hill, and dog legs extremely left. So you don't need a really big poke. You just need to be able to get the ball up there, and then you're in a pretty good shape for a second shot. So normally I drive, but I normally play back a little bit. So we're going to try the 2 hybrid, or the 3 hybrid, and just poke it into the middle of the course, and let's see what happens. There we go. Oh, we're going to like that one. As you can see, I'm standing in the fairway where we hit it, and that is the tee box that we are at. All right, so let's go get ourselves our other shot here. All right, looks a little close. I think I'm between 98 and 120, which is my pitching wedge. The one, well, actually a wedge. So we're going to take a little bit off the pitching wedge and try and get it up there. Just a little short. Alrighty, chip and putt. Another long chip, and again, I think the A-wedge is going to be the ticket here. I'm about 20 foot off the green, and I got another 50 to 60 foot. Pitching wedge might be a better example here, but I'll just give it a little bit more. All right, let's hit some. Slip, slip, slip. Well, that did not help. That's what you call a little bit too much. All right, without the right club, let's see what we can do. Get in, get in. Oh. No joy for the chip-ins around here. See if we can make it in. Bang. One putt bogue. You can't like that, but all right. That's what happens when you mess up with a chip shot. Let's just go get some. Par 4, 412. Second hardest hole on the course. Let's see if we can bend it to our will. Key to this hole is getting off of this tee. So let's see if we can. Ooh, and we did. Hit that thing pretty good. Okay, let's go see where it went. Pretty good ball. 100 yards. You get to see the shot. It's downhill, so it's going to play a little bit less. So we're going to lean with the hill and try and bounce it on front and watch it roll. Maybe a little too much. Stay on, stay on, stay on. Okay, we're in the back. Let's go putt. I would have loved to have hit a little bit less. I landed in the middle. Yep, there it is. You gotta fix your divots, otherwise nobody else will enjoy a game. There we go. And this is longest putt. Oh, well, let's see. This might be the longest putt. Gotta give it a shot. Let's see what happens. People be blowing it by the hole in order to get this thing. You gotta hit it, Sally. Gee, many Christmas. Let's try that again. All right, let's put this one. Well, it should have been a par. It wasn't. Godforsaken bogey on a 3-putt from 49 feet away. Par 3, 252 uphill. Plays a full club and a half more. So I'm gonna take a more club and we're gonna throw it up there at the flag. Boy, talk about totally missing that shot. And totally short. Works better if you play it on the face. Smells like a skunk. Welcome to nature. All right, I was far too short because it was a lousy hit. Sandwich in hand because I got to pop it up this time. Let's see if we can get close. I want to get in. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, that'll work. That's a little bit better. If you look at that, test, 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 test. Well, as you can see, I'm kind of in jail. So the only thing I can really do is just kind of try and pitch this thing out a little bit and then have a pretty decent second shot. So we're just going to try and punch it down. Yep, I got away with one. Let's go see it. All right, after the third shot, we're 150 out, 153 out basically. A little uphill, it's going to play a little longer, so I got to throw a little bit more on the swing. Let's see if we can find the middle of the green. There we go. right side. Not the best shot in the world, but it works. Well, apparently I ran through the green. So now I got a downhill chip. And it's going to break, so I got to take it this way in order to feed it that way. That's going to be unique. Do you see that thing turn the other way? Well, I talked myself out of that one, didn't I? Maybe I should have hit it the other way. Look at that. 2 foot versus 20. Hey, my Christmas. Big putt here. Golf's easy. One putt par. Trust in yourself. Trusting yourself in the wedge, trusting yourself in the direction, trusting yourself in the putt. Let's go to the back. So that was a 547 par 5. We ended up parring it because of the one putt, not bad. Now we're on a 577 par 5, and this time, all right, what I'm saying here is I just wanted to change things up going from the front 9 to the back 9. You saw me played to a couple over. It was a fair test from the whites. Now I'm playing from the blues. And this time we're going to use the drone to kind of give you some overage, and then we'll describe it as we fly over it. That way it kind of speeds things along, and so that you can see some of how the holes are laid out. What I'm going to do is, instead of just talking about the golf, what I'm going to do is we're going to just show you some of the sights and scenes of the area, because it is very scenic back here. It's very scenic. The whole course is very scenic. There's hardly any houses, maybe 2 or 3, which is awesome. Birds are chirping, the whole 9 yards, and it's just a good round of golf to be played. So you got to see how you can play the front 9, and it goes up and down and around. Now we're going to see how we can play the back 9, and now I'm going from the whites, I'm going to play from the blues now. It's a bit more challenging, to be sure, but I think I can still do it. Let's see. There we go. We'll play that one. Okay. Well, we saw that one. Let's see where we can go from there. Now, it'll be a lot less me talking, other than more narrating, and you getting to see more scenes. All right, let's take a look down par 5, number 10. Again, we'll talk about it again. It is number 10, par 5, a 577 yard hole, and it's basically a bomber's hole right here. This has got a generous fairway. It's pretty straight, although there is a bit of a swale or a ditch right here as we're going over it. However, that's really about it. Left or right is very, very clear. However, to the right is a little bit of out of bounds, where you get a little rough on the left. Now, as we approach the green is actually 2-tiered, and it's from back to front, and it is protected by a very unassuming, very square sand trap. Outside of that, this is just a rip it and grip it style of hole that a lot of people can take advantage of. Now going to number 11 is a par 3, 156 from the blues, and it is a very elevated change from a very high pin to a very low green. Everything slopes right to left on this guy, and if you miss, you can see it's going to bounce. Number 12 is one that was downhill and it was missed, so we're going to move on to 13. And we missed 12 because of the there was some stuff in the fairway I had to get around. 13 is a 350, goes uphill with a slight dog leg to the right, and as you're seeing, we're turning right there. And this one goes to yet another very generous green. However, the slope on this is very steep, easily from front to back. If you're putting side to side, it's about a 3-foot break. On number 14, we come to another par 5, another 547. So the par 5s are very, very long here, especially when you're talking about getting them from the blues, which is the tips on this one. This one, however, when you get it, you have to have a pretty good poke to get it out into the fairway, and then it bends to the left. And again, it's fairly wide open, just little bitty trees that haven't matured just yet, and going to what I would call a smaller green. However, from a normal shot, when you're hitting your third shot, if you don't hit 2 very good ones, you're going to have a decent iron into it, and it is protected by 2 different sand traps that can get exactly into your way. And this one is fairly flat with just a small undulation on the green, and this one typically tends to roll really fast because it's in the open. Now I'm swinging us wide so we can see the back one on this one. This is number 15, and it is a dog leg to the right, and it is a 467 yard par 4 from the blues. And as it goes out, it'll go over this area. Normally you're really not hitting here. Where you're going to is what I call the goalposts, and here are the goalposts, and you hit one through there. And from the blues, it's a heck of a drive. You want to land somewhere in the middle of the fairway to this side of the fairway, and naturally it will bounce you to the right. Normally, and you can gain about 40 yards bouncing to the right. Now it is completely downhill on a small green that tilts from the front to the back, and that sand trap catches more than its fair share of golf balls, I'm here to tell you. And it typically is a raised green. This one is number 16. It is a 348 par 4, completely uphill. And as you can tell, it is straight up. And normally what happens is you don't hit it as far as you think you will, because you basically put it into the bank of the fairway. Now this turns slightly to the right on an enormous green. And this green is also very much raised up off the fairway, so a pitch and run just isn't going to happen here. However, it's an easy chip because there's a lot of open all the way around, and it is a fairly flat, fairly, well, straight shot, right? That's really kind of the way you want these to be. Yeah, the designer really kind of gave you a risk-reward type setup. Again, the last par 3 on the back 9 is number 17, 219 from the tip. And again, another super undulated from high to low. This one is very protected. And again, if you miss it, this thing's going to go squirting off into the trees because this is a very, very raised green. And it also slopes from right to left. And as you can see, that is the most protective tree on the golf course. And it tends to eat a lot of golf balls. However, if you're standing there, it's actually a fairly decent chip to get to the green. And finally, number 18, a 363 par 4. However, going straight is kind of a misnomer. What you want to do is right there is turn to the left, and everything to the right of this tree to the middle of what would be considered the fairway is the fairway. Everything to the right would be second cut or rough, everything before the pond. Typically a good shot will get you into the 100 range, into 120-ish, 110 range, and it is a downhill chip to a what I would call a medium green, fairly flat, but it is almost mounded where it will, it'll take your ball and make it go away. It's a very cool, very nice, very scenic finishing hole, and it's just something that even if it's eating your lunch, which normally it does not, it's a very good challenge. For every bit that it takes, it gives back in other areas. So I wouldn't be afraid to bring anybody here in order to enjoy a round of golf. And this is us backing up just so you can see just the immensity of the green. And that's where we get down to the end of it. And thank you. All right, well, thank you for watching the very first MIG course review. I thought it was pretty fun. I didn't know how much work that entailed, to be honest with you. Setting up shots for the camera, not just for the golf course, and getting around and flying it is very, there's a lot of work to it. So when you see these things on TV, you can appreciate it more. So tell me what you think. Did you like the flyovers? Did you like the shot making, or a combination of both? Let me know, so when I go to do the next one, it can be more to what you guys like. And as always, let's see your scores go low.